Welcome everyone to another edition of C2C. My guest today from Call One, Chief Revenue Officer, Mr. Kevin Weber, and also Vice President of Customer Solutions, Pat Herron. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate you having us.
Great to be here with you.
All right, so let's get kicked off right out of the gate. I want to hear from you, Kevin, on what's new in 2020 for Call One.
Sure. Thank you. Exciting times here at Call One. I know it's been a tough year for everyone, but Call One, we've been working pretty diligently. We made a major pivot in the business about 5-6 years ago. Call One used to be really focused on copper and TDM based products and services, and really was focused in the Midwest, known really as like Chicago, the Chicagoland telephone company. But we made that pivot to go nationwide and start to sell a full range of product sets, which Pat can get into a little bit later. But really, we've been working diligently this year to scale in preparation for growth. Adam, as you know, we've watched companies grow in the telecom space for years. And the biggest challenge is really not building your back office and affecting the customer experience. And so we are religious to that. We are very laser focused on making sure as we grow that we're supporting our agents, our customers up on the front end. So it's not only building the right scalability products and services for automation, for workflow in the back office and support post-care, but also bringing the right staff on board. So exciting times. We have a new chairman of the board and acting CEO in Scott Alcott. He is 6 years, was the CIO at Comcast. So we've got some big guns that have just come on board. We also hired a new COO, Mark Malash, who's joined the team. Previously, he was responsible for building the GoGo network. So technically been, very astute and has done a great job in his career. And so we're excited to add him. But that's not really where the rubber meets the road. The rubber meets the road really with the growth of expanding nationally with our channel managers, really focused on our sales engineering group, our product and pricing groups, and making sure that we're able to scale the business and build the foundation for future growth. So we have been working really hard on listening to our agents and our customers, CIO panels and focus groups, which Pat can talk about a little bit as well, to get feedback from them during these tough times. The world's changing, and we've got to change with it and stay on top of it. So the feedback we've gotten there has helped kind of chart our course for the rest of 2020 and into 2021.
Well, and you guys have changed significantly. I mean, we got together, with you and your founder in Park City last summer, and we're able to talk about some of those changes. You changed yet again. I think, Kevin, we were probably two of 40 people that went to Vegas for the shutdown channel partners back in March. Yep. I think there were 40 of us out of the whole industry, and we got to talk about some more of those changes. And I think it's important to point out that those changes do include channel veterans. I mean, the leadership put in place. We've been working together for a long time. You and me, Pat, we've worked together for so long in building this. You guys have been there, done that, and it's fun to see you guys make this transition. You get the leadership all-star team, but now I want to shift a little bit to product. You talked about the expanding product set, and I think that's a big part of the story here. Pat, you and I have worked for years together. In fact, I remember a long conversation that we had in Park City. We were at the Stein Eriksen, not last year when we were talking to the founder of Call One, but this was years and years ago when we were there at the Partner Summit event for Telarus, and you were at a different provider talking about the same thing, talking about, look, here is the development stack, here's a technology stack, and partners are playing down here, and they need to expand, and we're building these products. You've been in that product role building these products, but tell us, what kind of opportunities should partners be looking at now and bringing to Call One?
Thanks for asking, Adam. And yeah, you and I have been doing this quite a while, and it's been an absolute honor to work with you through these years. You're spot on. I mean, it's one thing to bring a single technology that does one thing, and it's a hammer looking for a nail. It's another thing to bring solutions to clients that have complex business problems and are really looking for help. And that's the way that Call One really addresses the market. I think Kevin mentioned the investment we've been making in sales engineers, and we keep about a 3-to-1 ratio, channel managers to solution engineers. And that's really so that we can get to that whiteboard and have that discover, design, deliver solution set. So it just on a broad basis, Call One delivers nationwide WANs. We do it on our own network, we do resold, we do it on a wide variety of technologies, making sure that we fit the right solution to the right problem. We also then have been, for a long time now, had our own soft switches. So yes, we do SIP, yes, we do UC, but what's been interesting is kind of the innovation around the edge of that. So give you a couple of specific examples. We introduced a premium ACD solution this year, and then coupled with a cloud call recording solution, it's a really powerful combination for mid-market customers that are taking inbound calls and really need to create a better client experience. It's not the very high-end, solutions that you see that, ExxonMobil and American Airlines and some of the large enterprise, but it's a very affordable way to use artificial intelligence, deep analytics for the call center operators can create those great experiences for their clients. So we continue to do that. So everybody got UC, right? And that started to become commodity. So it's really about how do you build the solutions around that are going to really empower the IT and make them a winner. On the other end of things, on a managed solution standpoint, we started offering Versa SD-WAN a couple of years ago and had some really good traction in that space. And they're a great technology partner. And Telarus has been terrific about even funneling some of that opportunity our way. This last couple of months, we introduced a managed Meraki solution to add to that portfolio. And if you think about the reasons for that, you've got Versa, incredibly customizable, very powerful, but a lot of moving parts, and it comes with a little bit of complexity. Then you've got a Meraki solution that offers amazing capability, not as many moving parts, a super familiar name customers trust, but now offering that as a managed solution. We brought that out, and we've already had clients coming to us asking, hey, can you take over the Meraki I have? I don't want to manage it anymore. And so it's those kinds of solutions that really make a big difference in the market, and how, if it's multi-location, multi-service, complex solution, something you're really trying to do for that mid-market client, that's us. We're not your cheapest bandwidth, right? Yeah, we can still do a POTS line, but it's really about those multi-location, multi-service solutions. That's really where we play.
Got it. So quite a change in the portfolio from when we started talking, when you started engaging with Call One. Going from just that UC play, connectivity, WAN, SD-WAN, now ACD, getting into some contact center applications. That's quite some breadth there.
And working directly with some of the Telarus specialists and your sales engineers as well has really given us an opportunity to get some traction with some of the selling partners. And we want to make sure that we stay differentiated. So we've been doing some things. I'll give you an example. We hosted a couple of focus groups a few weeks back with a panel. We ended up with about 25 current CIOs and IT decision makers to really gain an understanding of what are they seeing happen in the marketplace. I think we can all agree that between the pandemic and the economic shock, the world changed a bit, and we're not going back. Right? So we're seeing and asked and have seen a lot of unique trends that are kind of occurring in the space. Working from anywhere is becoming the new normal, right? And what does that mean from a network security standpoint? What does it mean from an application availability standpoint? How is it that you help workers that might be one day at a vacation home, the next day in a home office, the next day, someplace else, do the things that they need to do in order to be productive and have access to the applications that keep them productive while it's secure, while it's cost effective, while it's amazingly reliable. I mean, those are the things that we're hearing from the marketplace, and we're working towards building solutions. We have some, and we're building more solutions that really address that. I want to turn that around on you for a second, Adam. I mean, you get exposure to so many service providers and the selling partners and clients. I mean, what are some of the things you're seeing in the marketplace with all this changes?
You're exactly right. I mean, work from home, I think everyone knows that's a trend that's going to stick around. we really saw a drop-off in activity. In March, things slammed to a close. In April, there was a drop-off. So March was a good month. April slowed down. Then things started picking back up. And it's interesting that, some of the change we saw were just, stopgap solutions. I'm forwarding to cell phones. I'm taking the free accounts, so I can just enable my workers. But then as an enterprise, you've got to get back together and say, okay, now we've got to really plan for this of, no occupancy or half occupancy at the office. All of these security issues now that we've got all these entry points now into our network. And so, what we're seeing is a lot more activity now. May, June, July, activity really picked up. August as well, it just continues on with these companies looking for solutions. And what we're finding is, and I think will continue as a trend, is that, just like 08, 09, the things that were ignored in the past, the infrastructure issues, the areas where we need to optimize, but it's not a priority right now because we're out doing our thing and we'll figure that out next year, all of a sudden that's come to a top and that's a priority. And so that creates a lot of good activity. I think what's happened is demand curve has kind of just shifted to the right a little bit, where people froze for a month and now they're back in it. But I really think that the things that are going to stick are the trends that were already in play. I mean, work at home is not a new thing. Work at home, there are a lot of people who worked at home a little bit, or look, we've got a talented person who's not in this location, but we've got to hire them, so we're going to have that, or they're sales oriented and we're not worried about managing because we see the sales numbers come in, so they're remote. So I think you had a segment of the workforce that was remote, but then you had these other companies that felt like, we just can't do that. We're not like that. We need people here because. And I think we just went through the largest proof of concept ever performed, where all of a sudden, I think you got managers today, they're going, turns out we can do that. And I think you're going to have these office spaces that are for social engagement, for team engagement, for those kinds of things. But if you're going to an office to work in a cubicle, I think we just shifted that trend forward. I think we just hit fast forward a little bit. I don't think that was something brand new. I just think it was something that was moving that just got accelerated.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, some of the feedback we got from these IT guys is, that their C-levels didn't want working home because, if I can't see them, they can't be working. Right? And then that shifted, immediately in March to how do I know these people are working? To now it's how do I help these people be even more productive, because by and large they're as productive as they've ever been working remotely with the collaboration tools that are made available by all the service providers in your ecosystem, including the one we're using right now. So it's been a great shift, a mindset shift for a lot of these decision makers and the leaders they serve, as they think about what does that workforce look like? How do we enable it? How do we secure it? How do we make it productive? But I think the budgets are shifting. I think budgets are shifting a little bit. I think away from maybe hardware refresh, away from maybe the latest cutting edge technology, and more into endpoint security, two-factor authentication. I think you're going to see diminishment in the virtual desktop as you see cloud applications continue to move forward more and more and more. A continued march to Microsoft Teams and all the things that enables. So these are trends that I think are just really, really, really important for us, for you, for selling agents to really be thinking about as they figure out how to add value for their clients.
I agree with you, Pat. Let me just add that I think I've asked Pat and the team to think about and challenge themselves. How do we support the selling agent? How do we support the agents that are out in the field in front of these customers with changing budgets as they transition into 2021? There's new needs and new challenges that they're being faced. So in those focus groups, we're not just CIOs, but they were also our agents, and we wanted to understand exactly what challenges they were being faced with, and how do we position them better to win deals. That's something that I think is very unique about Call One, is really our dedication internally to supporting the agents and their customers. When these agents put Call One into an account, they're putting their name on us, right? And we have to be there. We have to be there through the experience. We have to make sure that we're there with the right solution at all times, and the more we can help them put products and services in their hands that helps separate them from other carriers, the better off everyone's going to be. And that's what we have the team focused on now.
Well, and you guys get that because you're veterans. You've had success in the channel. You understand that, hey, if I can make this partner look good, they're going to bring me back to another engagement and another and another. Okay. Is that what differentiates you? I mean, in a sea of sameness, where you've got, hey, there's other UC providers out there. There are WAN solutions, SD-WAN solutions. So you've got this multi-product portfolio. Is that your differentiator in the market?
Yeah, that's a really good. Yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, this is exactly our sweet spot, Adam. And it really is, because I mean, we come out with these little slogans, right? Discover, design, deliver. We actually live it, right? And the discover really comes from getting into the whiteboard with the client and really understanding what are their business problems. The design piece of this is the portfolio of options that we bring or our partners bring are really where the value is created. And then the delivery side, where Call One brings dedicated project management, dedicated account management on the backside, 7x24 US-based NOC. I mean, those are things that mid-market customers just don't get, right, from some of the big guys. And in a pure play who's doing broadband, or a pure play who's doing one thing, can't necessarily bring that experience to the client. So that's where we're one of the places we differentiate. And the other is, in the culture that we're creating. And I'd love Kevin to just touch on that.
Yeah, I mean, I wake up every day and I say to myself, you know what, guys, think about what you're doing every day. Don't get caught in the grind. If you're not doing something to help our current channel managers, sales engineers, and agents acquire new customers, you're not helping those customers in an onboarding process and or helping them post-sale, then stop what you're doing and go focus on that, because that's what all that matters. We've got to stay laser focused and passionate about the experience that every single one of our customers has for us. It's refreshing to be part of this. There were other companies that I saw grow in the industry, but that did an exceptional job here with their sales engineering team out front. People aren't buying from salespeople. CIOs buy from technical people that they understand how to solve for the challenges inside that business. And we've got to stay focused on that. We've got to help our agents bring the right tools, and then make sure that the customer experience throughout that whole process, because those companies that I saw that did so well for us, Adam, that you could probably name them all five or 10 of them. They all got gobbled up in mergers and acquisitions, and that's gone. And I'm consistently hearing from some of our top partners, man, it is refreshing working with you guys. The experience my customers are having, I thank them, and they turn around and thank us. And they say, no, thank you. I can go straight to the top. I can escalate when we have issues, and you guys respond. And my customers care about that, because we all know there's going to be issues in telecom. It's how you respond to these customers and agents that really can make the difference. And that's where we're focused.
It's amazing. We've seen that cycle over and over. A company comes in, it gets it right with the channel, it acquires or gets acquired, it grows in size, it gets perhaps a little clumsy and forgetful and confused. And all of a sudden, another one is spawned that gets it, that's close to the partner, that is doing the right things, and that cycle has repeated itself time and again.
Yeah, it certainly has. And one of the things that our commitment to the channel is we don't have a direct sales organization. We are absolutely focused on channel only. And one of the things that I make sure that we're focused on every day, and the team stay focused on regularly, is really taking care of the agent. And when I say that, it's scalability. What you just referenced was companies outpunting their coverage, right? The skis getting too long for them. They grew too quickly, and then they changed that customer experience. So we're being very careful in how we scale to make sure that we're bringing on the right pieces in the back office to support that, and automation on product development, et cetera. There's a lot of things you'd like to be able to do, but we've got to be really concerned with the things that we do well and grow at the right, at the right pace.
Great. So to summarize, number one, great leadership team. You've expanded the product set. You guys are channel first, and you're small enough that you get it. People can escalate, and partners get what they need.
That's right. Along with really customized solutions to help. Yep.
Fantastic. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. Any final comments before we depart?
I just like to say thank you. It's been great working with Telarus, your entire team, as we're growing and expanding throughout the with a lot of the master agents. But it's like no other working with Telarus. So thank you. We appreciate your support.
And I would say congratulations on another anniversary. You guys are killing it. It's been so fun working with you. And I just want to say to anybody out there, stay safe and let's get this thing turned around.
Thank you so much. Everyone, take care. Thanks for joining us.